Morning, you guys, it's Karen, and I have got a mostly makeup haul for you. I have got this is a little set of skincare by Glow Recipe. There's 5 items in this. Sorry about that noise. Let me just turn my volume down. And I think it's really great when companies do this, by the way, because if I feel like they've got faith in their own products, you know, that they're happy to sell them in a little mini version for people to try. And for me personally, that works really well because there are a couple of these items that I might well repurchase. But it's mostly makeup I've got today. So yeah, let's get started. I'll give you a brief idea of each of these little items, but I'm going to do a full video on the Glow Recipe skincare because I've got these 5 items. The first thing I got, I think, was this. It is the Avocado Ceramide Moisture Barrier Cleanser. Let me just quickly say, sorry, before we begin, you might look at this video and think, God, she looks older. She's got more bags and more under eye circles, etc., more wrinkles. That's because I'm filming on an actual camera today. I finally figured out what I need to film in here. The last video was on my iPhone, which I will sometimes film on in the kitchen, or was it on the DJ Osmo, whatever it was. I messed about with the footage because I felt like it looked filtered, and I don't put a filter on, and I was like, why do I look like I've got nothing? You know, it was perfectly smooth under my eyes, and I was like, I know my under eye is not perfectly smooth. Anyway, I found out that several reasons it could be way too technical for me, and something to do with YouTube and the way that they do the video softens it and things like that. But I doubt that'll be a problem today. Just in case you notice that and think, oh God, what's happened? Nothing's happened. This is just me. Okay, let me give you a quick idea of these Glow Recipes, and then Glow Recipe skincare, and we'll move on to the makeup. The cleanser stung my eyes, so that's a fail. The PHA and BHA toner, you can see I've not used much. Smells lovely. That's all I can say about it at the moment. This is the Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dew Drops. Feels really nice. Not sure if it's making my makeup pill. Or my skincare pill. I need to figure that out. Very slight scent. This is the Plump Hyaluronic Cream. Really like this. Again, a very light scent. But not much at all. And then finally, this is the, oh goodness, it's an eye cream, I know that much. This is the Guava Vitamin C Brighten Eye Gel Cream. I really like this. It feels really moisturising, doesn't irritate my eyes at all. And yeah, I look forward to reviewing those a bit more and looking more into the ingredients, etc. So onto the makeup that I bought. It's funny when you see it doesn't look much, you know, when I see this little pile of makeup, but it cost a lot, you know. So I put an order in from Cult Beauty, and I got a free sort of goodie bag with them. I'm not reviewing everything in the goodie bag because a lot of it's not cruelty free. It's difficult that because you're not, you know, I was at the right amount to get the free goodie bag. I'm not going to say don't send me the goodie bag because there are some cruelty free items in there. Anyway, where will I start? I got so many powders. So let me start with the powders. I didn't just order from Cult Beauty. I put one order into Morphe, which was just an eyeliner and this powder. This really appealed to me. It is called Cloud Light Soft Glow Veil. When it arrived and I saw it, I was like, uh-oh, what have I done? I thought I'd ordered a highlighter, and I thought, oh, I thought this was a face powder, and what I've ordered now is a highlighter because it looks really shiny to me. I was like, yeah, that doesn't look great. But when you swatch it, actually, it's not quite so bad. Yeah, it's not so bad at all, but it's, I mean, I didn't expect it to be matte, but I was like, oh no, this is just going to be too much. However, I have used this and it's nice. It gives a really, really soft glow sort of in this area for me, which you'd think, oh, that's going to make it look like your T-zone is oily, but it really doesn't. It's really, really pretty. I'll put that on, if I remember, at the end of the video so that you can see. Why at the end of the video? I can do it now. I suppose I've got one more video to do. I don't want to really look oily, but we'll see. Let's see how it looks on camera. So I'm just going to put some on with my Eco Tools brush, and it just, you'll see it sort of changes the look immediately. That smells a bit weird, but we'll talk about smells in a minute. So that's it in my T-zone, and hopefully you can see that it just gives a really, really pretty glow. So I like that. So that's by Morphe. Then the other powder that I bought was by Fenty Beauty. This interested me because the colour of it is white, like pure white. And I thought, you know, she's obviously going to have darker skins in mind when she creates things. And I'm like, how can that look fine, look okay on dark skin? And I thought a lot of the white powders that I've tried look too white, and I thought this shouldn't be a problem with this because it says all skin types. I'm trying to see, what does it say? It says universal. So I think just the colour is universal. I don't know whether there's any other colours. No, there can't be, can there, if there's one. Invisimatte, instant setting and blotting powder, universal 01. So yeah, I've been using this and I really like it. I do not like this little puff that comes with it. It's really awkward to use. I have tried using that. I can use that to blot that down again. But yeah, it's just awkward. I suppose because I've been trying to use it under my eyes. I used it this morning to set under my eyes, and it's really good. It really is invisible. And there's not many of these powders that claim to be invisible that I find to actually be invisible, but I really like that. It's Fenty Beauty. Doesn't look like there's very much there. Let's compare. So in here there's 8 grams, and in here there is, oh, there's also 8 grams. I'm surprised, they're both the same. Okay, next I got a blush by Lawless. I've never heard of Lawless, so I bought a couple of things from Lawless. It's called the Perfecting Powder, and it's talc free. And I got it in light. I got this out to use, put my brush in it, went like this, and I was like, oh my God, what is that horrible smell? And I thought it was my brush, because it was when I'd done this, you know, and I was like, no, it's not my brush. And I was like, surely not the powder. Oh, it smells horrible. It smells just like it's gone off. And I was like, I can't believe that. Now, my husband has a cold and has had a cold for a while, and he can't really taste or smell anything at the minute. So I can't ask him. I should have asked the dog walker, because she wears makeup. I should have said to smell this and tell me if it smells. Anyway, there was nobody to ask. That doesn't smell good at all. I can't use it. It smells like feet. So I got in touch with Cult Beauty, where I got it from, and said to them, you know, I'm having this issue. And it was one of those funny interactions where they replied and said, can you send me a picture? And I'm like, yeah, can send you a picture, but I'm telling you it smells. Maybe they just want to see a picture to make sure you haven't used it and you're making something up, you know. So I sent them a picture, and then they were like, can you tell me exactly what the problem is? And I was like, I can't tell you more than that. It smells horrible. I think I said to them, it smells like feet. It smells horrible. I didn't know if powder could even go off. I don't know, maybe... I mean, I'm not bothered about the talc-free thing, you know, especially if I don't know if talc works as a preservative maybe, and I prefer that to be in it, but I was like, it smells horrible. And I did point out to them that I've also bought a blush, which has 0 scent. 0 scent. So they are thankfully sending me another one, and if the other one smells, then I don't know what I can do. Because it was too, I couldn't even use it. I was like, no, I can't use it. The only thing I thought is I could spray some perfume over it. It would then have perfume in it. I don't really want to be using that, but it's on top of makeup, so I might get away with it. So I bought that. That's the only powders I bought. Only, that's 3 powders. I'm obviously into powders lately. Okay, then as I mentioned, I got a blush from Lawless, and it is really, really pretty. This is in Vintage Love. And I've only worn it once, but it's really, really nice. I have realised that it's hard, very hard, to get a matte powder blush just now in this kind of colour, in that sort of rosy pink colour, because I met my friend in Edinburgh to go and see Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy. Really loved it, by the way. Struggled with the noise in the cinema, obviously, with my head at the beginning. I was like, oh my God, I could have cried with the pain. But anyway, it was fine when the movie came on. But I was meeting my friend in Edinburgh, so I went up early and went and had a look in Boots and Space NK and Harrods Beauty and all of those places. And I thought I really would like another blush in a rosy pink, because the only... Ooh, apologies, here to mend the lift, thank goodness, because... yeah, it's a bit of a pain. So I wanted a matte blush, powder blush. I've got loads of cream and liquid blushes and loads that I love. But in powder blushes, I've only got, I think it's the NARS Sin. Is that the only one I've got? I've got NARS Sin, which is not cruelty free, and I've had that for years and years, and I searched the bloody world for it at the time of getting it, so I don't want to give it away because I do really enjoy it. And the other one I've got is the KVD, that's it, the KVD one, which doesn't exist anymore, that particular colour. So I was like, I would really like a plum one that I can wear on here and tell you guys about, you know. So I did find this online, but I searched everywhere in town, and the closest I could find is a Kosas Beauty, Kosas did one, but it wasn't matte. but it doesn't seem to be that powder blush is the thing anymore. Anyway, this was really pretty, but obviously I need to use it a few more times to see what I think. It's kind of basic packaging considering this is not a cheap brand. You know, this was fairly expensive. Then this next blush I got, this is really funny actually, because I ordered it because it said it was a, well, it didn't say, but I looked at swatches. It said that it was a sort of plum coloured blush. When it arrived, I opened it and looked at it and was like, oh, I don't know, that looks a little bit sort of peachy to me. But then when I used it underneath my, I'm using one of these, the lights that I've used for filming. I'm using that for my makeup now because it can be dark when I get up and do my makeup. And what a difference. Oh my God, I can actually see the makeup I'm putting on. And I looked at this blush and was like, oh my God, it's perfect. It's actually the colour I wanted. Now, normally I don't buy things that are faded. This is, I don't know how you say this, Suqqu? S-U-Q-Q-U. I have had things from them in the past. In fact, I feel like they've sent me stuff years and years ago. Oh my goodness, I love everything about this. So this is a tiny little case. Actually, does that mean there's hardly anything in it? 6.4. I think that's fine because you don't use blush quickly, do you? You know, don't go down really quickly. Anyway, this is the case, and then inside there's the beautiful mirror. There is then a beautiful blush. Like I said, I don't normally like the ones that are faded. Like I've never bought the Charlotte Tilbury ones. You know, the ones that look like they've got a nipple on them. Because I saw them when I was shopping and I was like, no, I want to put my brush in and know that I'm getting one colour so that it's not patchy. And it's got a brush in it and I just love that. And the brush is so soft, so soft. So I will take this with me on holiday because this sort of colour goes with everything. I've got it on today, by the way. And like I said, the brush is lovely and soft, so then you don't have to take a brush with you. I actually either use that or that, you know, depending on how dark I want it, and then you can use it in the middle bit, and it hasn't gone patchy, I don't think. It's so, I love this so much, and I now desperately want more. This is 04, by the way, I can't pronounce it. Well, I couldn't even if I wanted to, because it's in, well, no, it's not in Japanese. There is Japanese writing on it, but it is called Koinajiri. I don't know. I actually learned Japanese for a while, you know. I love this. I love everything about this, honestly. Like I said, it's thin. You guys know I like really sort of sleek, small packages. But to come with a brush, for the brush to be really soft, the blush is not too powdery, but you still get colour from it. Really, really pretty. I just love that. Absolutely adore it. So that was my blush. So I don't actually need one now anyway, because I've got that one, which I wasn't sure was going to be plummy enough. And then I've got that Lawless one. Then I got this. This has been sitting in my basket for a long time. It's the RMS. It's called Eyelights. And it is a cream eyeshadow. You guys know how I like a cream eyeshadow. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's just because it's something different or whether it's because it's a little bit brighter. But that is the colour. I think it's called Blaze, the colour I got. It's a sort of purpley taupey colour, and I've worn it once and I really enjoyed it. It was nothing, it didn't wow me. I sort of looked at it and thought that is really nice, but I think I could just make that eyeshadow look from one of my palettes, you know, that's got a purpley colour in it. Like even my Naked 3 palette, I could probably do the look that I did with this. It wasn't wow, but I think I will use it. So that was fine. Then I got two eyeliners. One of the ones was just from Morphe. I just really want to try every felt tip liner I can and see if it's any good. I've used it once just to make sure that it's not one to just throw away. I don't know why I do that, because I end up with eyeliner stuck on my hand. Yeah, look. Eyeliner never comes off your hand, but can come off and smudge onto your eyes. It's really, really weird. I know that is coming off, thankfully. Anyway, it's just okay. It's just okay. And then I got two things from Fenty Beauty, one of them being an eyeliner. This one is, yeah, I think this is a brush. I'm not sure, but I've used it once and I love it. I absolutely love it. I think I've come to the conclusion recently that I like an expensive eyeliner, sadly, because that is something that I go through fairly quickly. I like expensive eyeliner and expensive mascara, and the same with that, you know, which is annoying. Like, see, I don't mind. I've never minded buying an expensive powder bronzer, or any kind of bronzer really, or, you know, an eyeshadow palette, things that are not going to run out quickly. But anyway, this Fenty Beauty one, I love it. I used it. It was very, I didn't use it this morning. What did I use this morning? I used my collection one this morning, and then I used my Huda Beauty one in the outer corner. This is really nice. And I like this one. I like the Lisa Eldridge one. What's the other one? I like the Huda Beauty one, and they're all high end. But yes, really nice. Is that a... No, it's not a click. I was going to say, I wouldn't like that. Then I used the Fenty Beauty. I bought a mini Fenty Beauty mascara and also loved this. I've only used this once just to see, you know, I always like to use something once when I get it to see if I'm like, no, this is rubbish, I'm throwing it out, and this doesn't fall into that category. It was really nice. But I think my lashes are a little bit longer at the moment because I've been using the Grandi Lash and... yeah, but I loved it. So I would need to use that a bit more before deciding whether or not it is the one. So that's everything that I bought. That's not too bad, is it? It was just a little haul. But like I said, it looks small, but this was like £180 or something ridiculous. It was kind of a payday, I'm going to splurge. And that was that. That's everything. Thank you so much for watching. Let me tell you what I'm wearing. On my face, I have got the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush, is it called? A foundation in number 3. On my eyes, oh, it's also Charlotte Tilbury. It wasn't purposely. The Easy Eye palette, you know, the little one that you guys know I love, and I repurchased. I showed you the blush. I've got Suqqu in number 4. I'm definitely going to buy another one of those though. And this lipstick, isn't this lovely? This is so lovely. I actually bought it twice mistakenly. I saw this in Boots and was like, oh, love that colour. Bought it and was like, I already have it. This is Milani liquid lipstick in 110, but I used the NYX pencil to line my lips in Bed Rose. You can actually see the pencil liner now, can't you? Which you couldn't see when I first put it on, but obviously now it's dried down. But yeah, that's everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.